What's up, my beautiful people? If you're like me and sick of all the negativity out there in the world, then come on in and join us here for your daily dose of Reddit Hope and Happy, where today we're going into r/DecidingToBeBetter to talk about confronting addictions decades old and how no one is beyond hope. Our first post is from user Polydoom69. I haven't masturbated or watched porn in 23 days after a battle of addiction for 18 years. Hey all. After a preteen addiction to porn and masturbation, I've been clean for 23 days. My ex, who was also my best friend, felt I wasn't giving her the attention she deserved physically, which lingered from my addiction to porn. It had been a year since we were sexual with one another. I tried to navigate a better way for myself by stopping my addiction. However, I would relapse and just start the binge cycle over and over again. It was around 4 to 5 times a day. I have nobody to blame but myself for my failed relationship. She deserves better, and I hope she receives it. Beyond the sex, our relationship was magnificent, and I'm grateful for the times we shared. Since we broke up, I've gone cold turkey from it. I have no urge to do it anymore. After fighting it for so many years, this is the last time, or WTF. I feel at peace. I feel confident. I don't feel like I'm hiding this nasty part of my life from the world anymore. I've been a lurker of this forum and r/nofap for a long time. I hope everyone's journey to what they're trying to be better at is successful. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and thanks for reading. Edit. I just want to say thank you for all the positive encouragement. I did not expect this to get as big as it did. Masturbation is not a bad thing. It's the visuals of pornography that are embedded in your brain that cause the visuals to stain your outlook on sex. There are comments below with the scientific terminology that have helped me understand better what I was going through. To those still struggling, do not be ashamed about it. It does not represent who you are or where you want to go. It is a problem. Acknowledge that and find your solution. Do not give up. I found the more I spoke about it with those around me, the less of a burden I felt I was carrying. I did explain this to my ex while I was with her and at the breakup. Hurting someone you love and care about so much, to lose your best friend. I believe that made me want to be a better man for myself. She deserves better, as do I from myself, but she will always have a special place in my heart. I thank everyone again. These kind words sincerely mean a lot to me. I hope the battles and demons we are all battling are conquered successfully, and that it's okay to seek help and to talk about it. It's when we try to shun it away that the issue becomes bigger. We are human. We are not perfect. We are meant to make mistakes. It's how we rise from those failures in our lives that is a true testament of our character and development as people. Much love, everyone. P.S. Thank you for the awards. It was never for that. It's the first time I've ever received them, so I'm very grateful. Well, OP, frankly, you deserve all of those awards and more. 23 days in the grand scheme of things may not be that much, but for someone in your position where it's been an addiction for almost 20 years, that's huge. Especially when it was, 4 or 5 times a day binging like that. Take pride in that. Yeah, you've still got a long way to go. And honestly, I would highly advise seeking professional help if you can afford it, to just unravel all of this, because it is extremely hard to overcome just on your own. But you've taken phenomenally huge steps in a very short period of time to overcome something that I have heard described as more addictive than cocaine. Congratulations on how far you've come, and I really hope that others see this example and know that there is hope for them as well. So thank you so much for the post. Wherever you're at, I wish you the best, and stay beautiful, man. Our next post is from user Ransaki. But first, if you're enjoying the video, I'd encourage you to go check us out at the social media links in the description below. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and if you feel up for it, but no obligation, we are on Patreon, and any little bit helps to keep food in Zorro's bowl. 30 days, no porn, coffee, or cigarettes. 23 days without weed, and pledging to be my best self. I was looking through my older posts and realized that it would be, I'm pretty certain, 30 days since I committed to the notion that these things could no longer be a solution to the problems in my life, and that they were, in fact, causing most of said problems. Lots of ups and downs, and I'm pretty sure I've cried more during this time than I have over my entire life. And for that, I'm actually really grateful, because it's been an opportunity to process things that I had suppressed at the time. I don't feel particularly great today, though I've been pretty productive. Hoping tomorrow will feel like a better one. Edit. Wow, here I go again. Thanks for all the love and support from all of you. I want to send it right back at you. Keep it up, we're in this together. Today is definitely a better day. Edit again. I've had a lot of people question me on my decision to cut coffee from my lifestyle. To explain the reason why to anyone who's wondering, it is by definition a psychoactive drug and a stimulant, despite the fact that it is the most widely consumed and unregulated drug worldwide, not to mention a multi-billion-dollar industry. Some people are caffeine sensitive and it affects everybody differently, just like any drug does, depending on your personality or pre-existing brain chemistry. I no longer want to depend on it to wake up. I don't like the fact that it has altered the chemistry of my brain, and I'd like to know who I am without it. I know it seems unusual, but I didn't join this sub to be better, based on what the status quo deems better to be. I'm doing it for myself and what I know I need. If you're curious about the bad effects of caffeine, there's a world of information out there, and in my experience, the bad outweighs the good. You know, it's funny you say that there at the end because I describe myself as a social drinker when it comes to caffeine. I love Dr. Pepper. It is by far my favorite drink of, all sodas. But I've really kind of by and large cut soda out of my life. So, but like with the first post here, OP, this is incredible. You've made an active decision to change your life and to cut these things out because you know they're unhealthy and because you know that a lot of the problems in your life are stemming from them, especially the porn. I cannot stress this enough. That entire industry, no matter how many times people will tell you otherwise, is destructive of people. It screws with your brain and it does serious damage, but the good news is that you can heal from it. And you're taking the steps to do so, and I am so proud of you and excited for you that you are actively making these changes in your life. You are proof that it is possible to overcome. So thank you so much for the post. Thank you so much for being willing to be vulnerable and share your story like this. Wherever you're at, I wish you the best and stay beautiful. Our next post is from user Micaiah7. I thought drinking would relieve my anxiety. It did, but only for a moment. And then, hours later, I experienced some of the worst anxiety ever. The temporary relief is not worth it. I'm going to try and face my anxiety instead of running from it. In my previous internship, drinking was encouraged. During social gatherings or even office meetings, people would drink. I felt pressure to conform, and soon enough, I realized alcohol helped me feel more relaxed in social situations. I was finally able to mix around with my colleagues and act confident. When I left this workplace, I stopped drinking because I was no longer surrounded by people who drank. But earlier today, I turned back to alcohol. I had been experiencing constant anxiety lately and was desperate for some sort of relief. Just like the title says, I did get that relief from alcohol. It felt incredibly good. All of my anxiety was gone. In fact, I felt invincible, a sense of lightness and joy I hadn't felt in a very long time. But when the effects of alcohol subsided, I crashed. Hard. It was like I had a rock on my chest. I struggled to breathe. My heart raced, my head pounded. It went on for hours, and quite frankly, it was torture. I've read that people with anxiety or other mental health disorders are more prone than the general public to self-medicate with alcohol. I don't wish to go down that road. Not sure who needs to hear it apart from myself, but the temporary relief from alcohol isn't worth it. I am going to try to face my anxiety instead of running from it. Thank you to all who read this. I needed to tell someone, and I believe writing everything out will help me be more accountable. Wishing everyone well during these difficult times, and hugs to you all. Well, OP, congrats on coming to that realization. There's a reason I strung these three together, and that's because I really believe, especially right now, People need to realize what might be holding them back and take control of their lives again, no matter what it might be. Now, granted, I'm not saying that you were an alcoholic or that you had a serious struggle with it, but you've come to that realization that this may not be the best thing for you. And that's good. Don't surrender your free will to a substance. It's not worth it. Trust me. Thank you so much for the post. Thank you so much for putting this up there. Wherever you're at, I wish you the best and stay beautiful. Our next post is from any video you might want to watch in the Deciding to Be Better playlist here on the left. Or if you want to see what YouTube recommends for you, go ahead and hit this one on the right. Now you guys stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you all tomorrow with more positive stories. Until then, stay beautiful, people.